fast profit on the Japanese yen pairs this morning. Please remember to hit subscribe. Let's get straight over to the charts and have a look at these trades. Okay, early start for me this morning. Just going through the charts, setting everything up for the London trade plan for the Price Action Traders Institute members. And I've seen a couple of entry points that I've taken. Got in on the Australian dollar US dollar at 77. Taking it short, looking for further downside movement on this. Seeing this down move overnight and looking for that to possibly continue. And you can see I've set my take profit down here at 50 in case it spikes while I'm doing the trade plan. I'll be starting the trade plan in about 10 minutes. Yeah, it's just gone 20 past 7. So Australian dollar US dollar taken short, looking for further downside movement. And the Australian dollar Japanese yen, again, looking for this continuation of this downside movement, looking for it to come through this 50 level, and my take profit is down at 20 at the moment. So they're the two trades that I'm in this morning. I'm just going to finish preparing for the live webinar and I'll be back afterwards to give you an update, see how these trades have done. Okay, just finished the live trade planning webinar with the Price Action Traders Institute members and going through these pairs, just seeing an entry point on the pound US dollar. I've taken this long, got in at 17, looking for further upside movement. Price has come back up through this 20 and I'll be looking for price to make its way up. First target I've got, well, my target is at 50 at the moment. I've got my take profit up at 50. And who knows, the way this pound's been going, the way it's been whipsawing, we just don't know. Just want to see this move up a little further, and I'm going to lock in break even fairly quick on this because I don't know, the pound pairs at the moment, they're just all over the place. So I'm just going to play it safe with this. The Australian dollar US dollar that I took before the live trade plan, you can see price is still hovering around my entry point, still going sideways there, not doing a great deal. Australian dollar Japanese yen starting to show a bit of profit there, so we're probably seeing a bit of strength in the Japanese yen pushing that down. Looking for it to come through this 50 level down to 20 where I've got my take profit. And the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, took this as it came through an entry point. I had a pending order on this and that took just before I started the trade plan. Moved out of the area that I needed it to stay in this trade, to remain with it, and I've got my take profit down at the 20 level at the moment. So that's it, 4 trades held at the moment, and I'll pause again and I'll be back in a little while to give you an update. Okay, back with an update, taking a few more trades. I took a stop on the pound US dollar. That price just pulled way back and hit my stop, so I'm down 10 pips at the moment. Although some of these other trades are doing quite nicely. The Euro Japanese yen, seen it go through an entry level, got in this at 91 and seeing it push down now, trying to break through this 80 level, bouncing off of that a little bit, but looking for it to come through there down to the 50 level where I've got my take profit at the moment. The Australian dollar US dollar that I took early on, that's starting to move down nicely now. Australian dollar Japanese yen, again moving nicely. I've locked in a couple of pips on that and I'll probably be pulling that down a little bit more once this candle closes. Got just under 3 minutes left on this candle. See where this one closes. Through that 50, looking for this price action to continue down towards that 20 level. US dollar Japanese yen, you can see this nice big spike down here. In fact, I'm going to lock in a few on this right now. I'm just going to lock a couple of pips in on that, just in case this price does spin round. I don't want to be taking full stops on these. So US dollar Japanese yen got in at 82 as it came through an entry level. Looking for this price to continue down. I've got 20, my take profit is at 20 pips on this one. The US dollar Canadian dollar, not really doing a great deal. Price is still hovering around where I got in on that. And the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, again with that Japanese yen strength that we're seeing right now, seeing this push down, I've got my take profit down at 20. Got in this at 45 as it came through an entry level. Okay, that's where we are for now. I'll pause again and be back soon to let you know how these prices play out. Okay, just holding out with these Japanese yen pairs, seeing this strength holding and continuing a little bit. Saw this EJ come through that 80 level. It pulled back quite a long way back to my entry point when that candle closed. Seeing it start to move down again now. So hanging on to that. I really want to see this next candle close below this 80 level before I lock in break even on this pair. So I'll just be leaving that where it is for now. The Australian dollar, US dollar, not doing a great deal, starting to move down a little bit. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, that's moving down quite nicely now. In fact, I had 5 pips locked on that. I'm going to lock 10 pips on that. Now it's through that 50 level again. So 10 pips locked on that. US dollar, Japanese yen, moving down nicely. Let me see. I've got a couple of pips locked in on that at the moment. I'll leave that where it is for now. See what happens when this candle closes. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Price is just pushing back up again to my entry level. They're not doing a great deal at all. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, moving down nicely. On this one, I'm going to lock in. I've got a couple of pips locked in at the moment. I'm going to lock in 6 pips on that, just in case it spins around. And that's where we are at the moment. Fully loaded. I've got 6 trades open at the moment, playing these 6 trades out. And I'll pause again for now, and I'll be back soon with an update for you. And so flat the market. It's 9:05 here in London. Euro, Japanese yen punched out of this, taking just 6 pips on that. You see price pulled all the way down here and it's now starting to push back. Pound US dollar was one trade that I got stopped out. I'm losing 10 pips on that. Took this long and you can see price pulled all the way back and it's still moving back down now. Australian dollar, US dollar punched out of this for 2 pips. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Saw this price move down, took this short as one of the it was the first trade I took as it goes before I did the London trade planning session, and I took 20 pips on that, seeing that price move down nicely with that Japanese yen strength. US dollar, Japanese yen, managed to pull 14 pips out of the market with this one. US dollar, Canadian dollar, the only other loss that I had, just 3 pips on this, punched out of this and it was down 3 pips. And the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, took 11 pips on that. So for a quick roundup of this morning, pound US dollar minus 10 pips, US dollar, Canadian dollar minus 3, Australian dollar, Japanese yen plus 20, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen plus 11, US dollar, Japanese yen plus 14, Euro, Japanese yen plus 6, and the Australian dollar, US dollar plus 2, giving me a total of 42 pips for a very, very short session. So please remember to hit subscribe. And if you'd like to find out more about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, you can find all the links down below this in the description area. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.